Now, the Prime Minister's refused to rule out an increase in national insurance for employers in the upcoming budget. Labour promised in its general election manifesto not to increase working people's taxes, including national insurance payments. Our political correspondent Ali Fortescue is in Westminster for us. Ali, it's so interesting that we're always told not to ask questions that would involve speculation, and we've had such a sort of firm bit of speculation from both the Prime Minister today and I guess the Chancellor yesterday on this. The question, I guess, that comes up is, would it be a manifesto breach? But equally, if this is actually rather clever and strategic to get the heat of such a potential breach out of the way before the budget itself arrives.
Yeah, look, I think what we're seeing is some pitch rolling, the guessing game very much underway, which we often see ahead of budget day. And as you say, I mean, the hints are pretty overwhelming at this stage. We had the Prime Minister dodging questions from Rishi Sunak about this at Prime Minister's Questions. We had the Chancellor, as you say, hinting at this yesterday. And now we have the Prime Minister not ruling out raising national insurance on employers. And as you rightly asked, the question is, will that break a manifesto pledge? Worth saying, nothing is confirmed for sure. We won't know anything until the end of the month. But Labour, as you'll remember, in the build-up to the election, they ruled out raising corporation tax, income tax and national insurance, as they put it, for working people. So the big question is, what do working people mean? Should that include employers? Should they be classed as working people as well? Is this a Labour Party that is following the sort of spirit of the law rather than the letter of the law? That's some of the accusations today. Let's have a quick listen to James Reid. He is a businessman. He is very interesting on what this could mean for businesses.
The recently tabled potential change, and I think it's still a potential one, in national insurance, is effectively a tax on jobs. Whether that's a tax on working people or not is probably debatable, but it is definitely a tax on jobs at a time when vacancies are declining. And I think, the government may come to regret doing that if the labour market continues to weaken in the year ahead.
So, James Reid there saying this would be a tax on jobs. I should say that really echoes a message we also heard from the founder of Phones for You, John Caldwell, former Tory donor, now Labour backer. He called it a potential jobs tax. So I think the government are going to have to be careful if they're looking to go ahead with this. But of course, this is a Chancellor who is looking to plug, as she puts it, a £22 billion black hole, which the IFS warns could be even bigger if the Labour Party are going to restore public services as they pledged to do. So a Chancellor with a difficult job on her hands, but already we are seeing plenty of pitch rolling, Wilf, ahead of the 30th of October.